Alright, here's our oil pan motor. I got the busted oil pan off. We didn't want to use this oil pan anyways because it has a small drain plug and it also has an oil level sensor, which is 2000 and up. Passats and most Audis have that sensor. My oil pan for this car does not have a sensor in it, and it has a humongous drain plug right there on the side. So I got that all cleaned up and degreased. I buy this cheap $5 a can stripper, spray it down with stripper, and it literally rips it. The inside of the pan looks like that. Clean this all up. Went over this with a block and some 80 grit paper to make sure this is all clean and flat. I did the same thing with that oil pan. Got some black RTV. Some of these have a steel gasket. Some of them don't. This one was glued on. So the first thing you want to do is set the oil pan on there and make sure it doesn't hit the pickup tube. Now you see they've got these pickup tubes kind of bent cockeyed. Set your oil pan on there, make sure it doesn't hit, and then put, you know, a pretty good coating of RTV on here. If you had a steel gasket, well, you just buy a new steel gasket. But, and I cleaned up my hardware, and we'll get ready to put it on. And this is what I'm talking about. See how the oil pan doesn't sit flat? It requires a steel gasket. So I'm going to have to find a steel gasket today. Alright, got my oil pan on, got a new gasket. The new gasket has rubber, but I went and black RTV'd it both sides. Hooked all the bolts down, put the little drain, actually the big monster drain plug in. And we'll get ready to clean this motor up a little bit more and get some paint on it. Timing belt and stuff, we're going to get this thing in today. Alright, I got busy this morning. Got doors on, 99% lined up. That one there's about done. There's a couple more parts to get off of it. Just to show you, these doors ain't just sitting here. There's my two fenders. The two inner fenders are junk, because what happens is when you don't bolt them to the fenders right here, or the front bumper cover, the wind pushes them back, and them are tire grooves, both of them. So those are both junk. I do have, I think, two good ones. It's getting there. Whew, that's a lot of freaking work. You can't imagine picking them doors up, sticking them on there by yourself, taking them off, and doing all that by yourself. That's the way you got to do it. And there's the two fenders sitting on. I just got two bolts holding them in. Just enough to just let them sit there. The wiring hanging out the bottom is for the power doors. I have the back ones hooked up. I just got to stuff the wiring through and plug them in. But I'm about done for a while. I'm about wore out.